That's really amazing there. So of course now, you had you still have a podcast, but you recently changed the name of it from the Business Rescue Roadmap podcast to
Yep.
Keep Building Her Empire with Stacy Tuschl. Why did you decide to go with the name change?
Yeah. So great question. So I think for me at the time before the rebrand, I had a lot, like my brand was really just my name. It was Stacy Tuschl, right? Well, I felt like I kind of missed the mark of building this community and building a brand that was about us and not just about me. And I was, for months trying to figure out what brand can I do that people really resonate with and they want to kind of come on board and be a part of that community. So it took me quite a while, but I was really trying to figure out a name or a phrase or something that I could figure out this community. And when I thought of the word empire, and then as we were kind of looking at the word empire, what else could be tied into that? And that's how we kind of came across she's building her empire, because I really wanted to tie in the fact that I'm exclusively talking to female entrepreneurs. And it's scary to niche down and to decide, I'm only going to talk to this specific person. But when you niche down, the closer and closer I get to the person I really want to work with, I can give so much more value and I can really provide way more than they were expecting when I kind of cast this, wide, this large net and talk to everybody. So it was a tough decision. It was a scary decision to kind of weed out some people. And even I had a Facebook group at the time there were men in there. So to know that I'm going to lose all of these men when I changed the Facebook group page, I was scared because who wants to lose numbers, right? But honestly, yes, we had to lose numbers for a day when we had to remove all of the men, but the numbers just grew and grew and grew. And now the Facebook group has, I think, like 1,500 people in it. So it got even more, I should say, like more, we narrowed down a little bit and really focused on who we're serving. And it's been really fun.
Okay, so now you mentioned about narrowing down a niche.
Yeah.
So for those of us who are thinking about starting a business, well, should we start out with a niche first, and in order to be successful, or should we just kind of try it out first and see where our niche is?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I can tell you that when I came into this online space, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to teach because I had been a business owner for 15 years. So I'm able to kind of teach a couple different areas. And I do think that you will evolve. So I say, try something out or pick a couple things that you want to talk about. And as you're teaching, you're going to start to all of a sudden go, wow, I keep bringing this topic up, or I really dive in deeper when I discuss this. And I kind of like that area. And, people resonate with that and they have more questions. So I think as you get started, your audience will help you kind of niche down even more as well, because they're going to ask for certain things from you. And, it has to be a good balance of what you want to do, but then also what they want from you too.
All right. So now I got to ask this question, what are the challenges of running a business?
Yeah. So I would say for most people that I work with, two big challenges are time and money, right? So there's just not enough time to get everything done. And there's never enough money because we can spend money like crazy, right? I mean, we can bring in a lot of money and we can still spend it. Or in the beginning, there's no money coming in, but we're spending it. So those are two really, really big issues. And, all of that causes stress because all of a sudden it causes stress on our relationships with our family. We're not seeing them. We're not spending time with them. Money is a huge stressor that can then cause problems in the relationships too, because maybe you're hiding it from your spouse, your partner. You're not being honest. You start to get, nervous and overwhelmed and overworked, and you take that frustration out on other people. So it is really, really important that we keep our finances under control. And we also keep our boundaries up so that we don't just focus solely on our business and we have time to spend with our family and our friends.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask this. Yeah, I was going to ask this the flip side of it, but I want to delve deeper into what you're saying because the fact of the matter is the fact that we have our own time, to create what we want in our business. But what you're saying is that compared to being an employee, that's basically different because you're basically working on someone else's time, but you're not working on your own. So are you saying that it's a lot more stress to be an entrepreneur?
Well, here's the thing. There are so many pros and cons to, every side of this story, right? But for me, as an entrepreneur, yes, there's stress when it comes to time and money, but at the same time, if I was somebody as an employee in a 9 to 5, there's stresses with time and money too. Sometimes they're not making the amount of money they want to make, and they don't get to just give themselves a raise. If I want a raise, it's something that I look at my calendar and look at what I'm selling and go, okay, I'm just going to add a program. Okay, I'm just going to work an extra day on Sunday and create something and bring in some money. You can't do that a lot of times as an employee. So I think they have a different kind of stress when it comes to money. They have a different kind of stress when it comes to time, because they have to work certain hours. And as an entrepreneur, I get to say, hey, my kid has a field trip tomorrow, so I'm going to clear my schedule so I can go on that field trip with her. Or, this weekend, I want to make sure that I have nothing on my to-do list so that we can go out and do something as a family. So there's so many things that we have with freedom and flexibility that somebody as an employee doesn't have. So yes, there are definitely stresses that come with being an entrepreneur and things that, that don't happen as an employee, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I really wouldn't, because I love the perks and those pros versus those cons in this situation.
All right. And I think you already have answered that question on the flip side of being an entrepreneur, the rewards. So that's really amazing. So of course now, here's the question I ask, because can you share with us about how to become a go-to expert, especially right now, like we got live stream, live video, and of course social media. Can you share with us about what's the process of becoming that go-to expert in that specific, say, field or niche?
Yeah, definitely. So anytime you want to be that expert in a specific category, I think you need to either have results yourself, or you have results from other people that you've helped to really be that go-to expert. Now, if you have results yourself, okay, great. You are your first testimonial. You can use that to go out and get other people interested. If you really don't have experience and you're going, how do I get other experience for other people? I would tell you to either do something at a very discounted price, or maybe even free, just to get that honest review or that honest case study. So you need to build up those case studies to now say, hey, here's what I do, and here's what I did for 3 other people. Here are their stories. Because you have to make sure that people see that transformation and they understand that you're helping them get there. So I think that's huge. So I truly believe you can be that go-to expert in any industry, but there is definitely some work to be done before you get to that level.
All right. So now I got to ask this question. What's it to start podcasting per se? Because of the fact that now, for entrepreneurs, there's many mediums where you can, do a podcast, especially, for example, your podcast is listened to in 69 countries right now, and it's very popular. So can you share with us about what led you to do podcasting?
Yeah, so I started podcasting a little over a year ago. It was January 2016. And I immediately came out and started doing 3 episodes a week, which was quite a lot. I did it for an entire year though, at 3 a week, which was a little bit more than I realized. But you set those boundaries, you pick those times. I made it work. And then I realized a year in that I don't know that I have to come and do 3 a week, right? So I just, out of nowhere, I didn't really give my audience much of a heads up. I said, listen, I'm doing 1 million Facebook Lives. I'm podcasting all the time. So you're only going to see 2 podcasts from me every single week, but I'm going to be making up for that on Facebook Live. So if you love what you're listening to, come find me on my fan page or in my Facebook group, because I'm here all the time. Yeah, wow. So that's kind of how I transitioned.
Wait, okay, so basically you're still kind of doing podcasts, but you're like twice, but now you're doing the 3rd one on Facebook Live, which that's really innovative. So can you share with us the live streaming aspect? Why do you see this as one way to grow your business and also your podcast?
Yeah. I see the live streaming really taking off in a much larger direction than the podcasting. So I think Facebook Live is just one of the most incredible things that has happened to us as an entrepreneur. You know, we get so much reach on a Facebook Live. And what's great about that is we're able to retarget them with Facebook ads. You know, we're able to put Facebook ads on one of those videos to even expand our reach. So you might have a great Facebook Live video and it has 100 people that have watched it. Well, you can put $10 on that video or $20 on that video, and you might get 1,000 views, right? So it's such a great way to be able to put some more paid traffic to it. Whereas podcasting, there isn't a paid traffic option unless you do Facebook ads to go to your podcast, right? And with that said, you know, it's not as searchable and user-friendly as some other platforms for people to actually go and find you. So Facebook is great because we can target people and say, hey, if you like this, you're probably going to like this video. Come check it out. So I love the way that Facebook Live has really increased our reach and has really helped our conversion by retargeting as well.
Okay, wait, so that's really interesting. I've never heard of that. Like that's very unique because of the fact that you can use Facebook Live as in many ways that you can, you know, and that's really interesting.
Yeah. So if you do a weekly Facebook Live and you put even $10, $20, $30 on that video just to increase your reach, you can take all of those video views, anybody that's watched any of your videos, and retarget them with a different Facebook ad that says, you know, anybody that's watched half of this video or 3% of this video or whatever that is. So now they already know you, right? You're kind of talking to a warmer audience. You can now say, hey, come grab this free PDF or free checklist or free webinar, whatever it is. And you're now a little bit warmer to them. So that's a great opportunity there.
All right. Okay.